Whether you're a brand new teacher or a vet, here are 8 tips to help you as you write your best teacher resume. Creating or updating your teacher resume can be a stressful process. You might be questioning what is the information you should include, how should you format it, how do you make sure it stands out from the pool of other resumes that interviewer is going to receive. There are a few things to keep in mind as you're writing your resume, and I hope you can take each of these and implement them as you are working. Number 1, keep your resume to one front and back page. If you are a brand new teacher, this is pretty simple, and I would recommend you keep it to one front side page. If you're a vet, it can be difficult to keep all of your experience within that front and back side. Choose what is the information you're going to spend more valuable space on, and what are you going to leave out. For me, as someone who has had a few different jobs in a few different districts over the years, my oldest information, I just basically put the timeline and what that job was. But my new information, or the information that I think makes me stand out from somebody else, make sure to detail that information because it's what's going to help sell me. Use your resume to showcase yourself and your talents. Use it to highlight the data that you are most proud of, but keep things succinct. With that, make sure you have your references on that page. Number 2, personalize your resume for the job that you want. While you might not think that you should change your resume for every job you are applying for, it can make a difference. I use my objective section to try to highlight something specific I'm looking for that is connected to that specific building. Then I just save it as a PDF with that building's name as the file, and I can find it when I go to upload it into their system. Typically, I've done research on that school and the programs they're implementing, and so I might highlight that I'm looking for a job that is connected to that specific program. Your proficiencies are another area where you can highlight specific things in connection to the building you're looking for. So for example, does that district use Google? You might highlight you have Google for education certifications, but you might not include that if you're looking for a job elsewhere because that might not be something they're looking for and you're trying to save valuable space. Most school improvement plans can be found on their website, and that might be a great place for you to find something specific you want to highlight about yourself. One caveat, don't be misleading. You want to make sure you're highlighting you. And so that personalization needs to still connect to you and not just what they're looking for. Number 3, highlight what makes you unique. If you're a brand new teacher, you're going to be in a mix of brand new teachers. And so you want to highlight what are the specific trainings you have done, what have you implemented in your student teaching, what are the things that set you apart from another brand new teacher without experience. Are you someone with experience? Then what have you already implemented, or what have you already been trained in that you believe in that you want to continue implementing? For example, you might highlight letters training or science of reading training, or perhaps you have done Project WET or Project WILD and you implement those within your science classrooms. Highlight the unique things you implement in your classroom, the unique data systems you use, or the programs you're proficient in to help you stand out from someone else. Number 4, and probably the most important for people with experience, give accomplishments with your experience. Don't just tell us you taught 3rd grade at this building. Don't tell us you taught reading when you taught 3rd grade at this building, because let's face it, everybody teaching 3rd grade teaches reading probably. Instead, highlight what you have accomplished. State you had 100% passing on the 3rd grade reading test, for example, or you implemented strategic MTSS groups to increase student proficiency by 30%. Be specific, give evidence, use data. Highlight your accomplishments. If you are a brand new teacher without experience or just a couple years experience, it's okay to talk about the things you have implemented because it shows what you are already knowledgeable about. Tip number 5, use that valuable space on that cover letter. While your resume needs to stick to one page and be very succinct, your cover letter is your chance to sell. Most of us are not good at selling ourselves. So this is a great time for you to reach out to trusted colleagues or even family members and friends and ask them to share the good things about you that you maybe aren't mindful of. Use your cover letter to talk about those things that really make you special? Are you obsessed with data? Do you go down deep dives to research things you don't know the answers to? That one's me. These are things that we're not necessarily going to be able to show in a resume, but that help us get the job we are looking for. Your cover letter is also the time for you to talk about why you want to be there. In this post-2020 education world, we are often picking the building we want to work at just as much as buildings are picking us. What is it about that building that makes that the place you want to be? Or what is it about that district that makes that the place you want to be? Talk about their reputation or what makes them stand out from the other districts around them and the other schools around them that make you want to be there. Number 6, convert everything to a PDF. This might seem like a no-brainer for you, but you would be surprised. Everything when you're hunting for jobs now is digital. Everything is submitted online. Some people use Microsoft products, some people use Google products, some people use Apple products. The only way to ensure that what you are sharing stays in the format that you intended it to is by making sure you're converting it to a PDF. You probably have the functionality already in the program you're using to download that document as a PDF, but if not, you can also find free software online that will help you take that file and turn it into a PDF. That PDF helps make sure your formatting and fonts stay the same, and it's worth that extra step to help make sure your resume is standing out the best way possible. Number 7, ensure your resume is visually appealing. Unlike with other professions, in education, it is okay for your resume to just be a little bit different. Some professions might need resumes that are all only in Times New Roman with no other graphics on them. But in education, it's okay for us to be a little bit creative. You want your resume to still be professional while standing out for the right reasons, not the wrong ones. A visually appealing resume, especially one that is somewhat unique, can help you stand out. Use an accent piece like a piece of clip art. Use a different font to highlight your name or to highlight specific areas. Make sure your resume only sticks with 2 fonts, however. Change up that Times New Roman to use another very common and very easily read font like Calibri or Arial. You want your resume to have white space, you want it to have headings, and you want it to still be eye-catching but skimmable. While it's important that your resume is still professional and accurate, don't be afraid to showcase your personality just a little bit as you create it. And finally, our last tip, number 8, is the most important tip I have to share with you. Proofread. This might be a tip you think you don't even need, but in my 15, 16, I don't even know how many years of interviewing candidates for jobs, I have seen so many resumes and cover letters with glaring typos and mistakes. In the last several years, I have seen an increasing number of mistakes in resumes that are submitted and turned in. Take that little bit of extra time to proofread. Have someone else proofread it for you. Do it one day, walk away for 2 days, and come back to it so you can give it a good proofread. An accurate resume just might be the thing that sets your resume apart from someone else's. I hope these 8 tips have given you some things to think about as you're working to plan your teacher resume. I do have several different options for teacher resume templates available in my shop. Just putting that link below. Each of them offer something a little bit different that makes them unique while still being very highly professional, with things like accents with initials to accents highlighting the subject you are teaching. Each of these templates is easy to use and gives you all of the information you need to edit them yourselves. Till next time.